Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, What the Beck. Today, as you stare into the blank white abyss, I don't know, I feel like this kind of needs a little bit of an explanation. This video is not going to be really heavily edited, and I'm going to try to make it sort of quick. I've had a lot of stuff come up in my life recently, so I need to take like a little bit of a break. I'm not gonna stop making YouTube videos, but I might be making some lower energy, less editing ones as the school year starts up and I have a big deadline coming up. So part of that little, I guess, like lax break is that I decided I would just show you some of the projects that I've been working on and I've completed recently. And yeah, these are mostly crochet things, but there is a couple sewn things in here too because I've been sewing more recently. And yeah, I just wanted to start it by showing you this cat case that I got. It was my birthday on August 12th, and I got this with some Amazon coupons that my partner's family got for me, and I just want to show you how awesome this is. Hold on. There's two zippers, as you can see, so there's two layers. The first one is where I put all of my hooks. My only complaint about this is that there are some like really thick hooks that I have, and I specifically bought this set of hooks because they have the thicker size with the handle, and some of them don't really fit in there, but I guess it's not that big of a deal because I can just stick it in this pocket. But that's one thing to keep in mind if you want to get that one. But basically I have my hooks over here, as I said, and then there's pockets here for my big needles that don't fit anywhere else. This is just full of stitch markers, which I also use as row counters. I don't know, I kind of like if the pattern says like crochet 4 rows, and I take 4 stitch markers out and I like put them on this side of the case, then after I complete each row I put it back in the pocket. I don't know, I felt like I need to explain that. But then over here we have some travel scissors. This is so cool. They close up like that so that they're like safety scissors, and you can just put them in a pocket. I've been keeping yarn ends in here for now, and I don't think I'm gonna add much else over here because this is pretty stuffed full at this point. There is room for more hooks, but I have other hooks stored with projects right now, so I don't really have the need to put them in here right now. But if, for example, I had 0 crochet projects, they could all fit in here, so that's not a fault of this. And then, whoops, I also have a needle case, and that just has a bunch of needles in it. There are some other things that I had in my previous like crochet kit, and the reason I have one of these is because I crochet pretty much everywhere I go, including school. There's a cat on the table, cool. And yeah, I also had like a tape measure in here, but I was measuring something with it and it is currently missing from the kit. So the first thing that I'm gonna show you is my cat. Nope, it's this little dinosaur boy. Look at him, isn't he cute? She has to sniff him and inspect him. I had this really soft Caron yarn hanging around, and it's difficult for me to use variegated yarns, and I wanted to use up some of my stash. So I was like, what better way to do that than to make just some little things? So the first one I made is this little dinosaur, and he has tiny little hands, which means 4 extra ends to weave in, but you know, we do it for the dinosaur. Secondly, I have this elephant, and I made a little, like, I don't know what that's called, like a tapestry for it to wear. And this pattern, this was not supposed to be like the final product. What happened was, this is actually like the circumference of the trunk, but I was gonna run out of this yarn, so I basically ended it early, and I forced the head, instead of being up here, to be down here, and then the eyes would go somewhere like here. And it still needs eyes, as the note says, but yeah, this is a little elephant. This kind of joining is pretty cool. You make 4 separate pieces and then join it together and sew up the inside, so that's nice. Another thing that I made to use up some scraps was this little dog. I have like golden yarn. I have a lot of scraps because I have a habit of buying scraps from thrift stores. And so this was just a little puppy pattern. It's called a cube puppy if you want to look it up on Ravelry or something. I totally put his face on crooked, but someone will love him, I guess, one day. And he's got a cute little tail. But I think he's good for like just sitting him on a shelf or something. Or, well, you can technically use anything as a pincushion, but I think this would be a really cute pincushion. So I might try to use that as a selling point maybe in the future. But yeah, this little lab puppy. And then we've already seen one cat today, but I have another. And I don't think the contrast on its face is showing up very well, but that might be the brightness setting of my phone. But this cat is basically like gradient yarn, but it's from Bernat, and I think it's called Mosaic, and it has since been discontinued, but you bet I got it at the thrift store. And this one was kind of scary to me because I was worried that like the colors wouldn't look good together when it's all done, and that the way you construct it, like the colors don't match up. But I think it looks pretty good anyway. He's just baby, and he has a tail as well. So recently I've been getting into Lolita fashion and having the envy and lack of monetary ability to buy brand name pieces, or at least something that is similar to brand style, or like, I don't know. I don't have the money for the things that I want to buy right now, so I took some supplies that I already have, and this is not going to be like the final thing. I just put a string of yarn in here as a placeholder, but I'm going to get some thin elastic and thread it through the holes of this lace, and this does stretch out to be the same, like it's like twice, or I think it's like 2.5 times as wide as my wrist. But yeah, that stretches out to that, and then when you scrunch it up, it gets all fluffy, and you can kind of even it out. But I made those, and basically it just goes on your hand like this. And I recently learned that there is a right and wrong way to wear these, because usually they have like a long piece that's supposed to go this way and a shorter piece going back. But some people like wear it with the long piece going back and the short piece going forward. But this is even all the way around, so you can't put it on backwards unless I put like a charm or something on there. And then kind of also related to Lolita, oh god, you can't really see these, but I made a pair of bloomers out of an old skirt that got caught on the washing machine and ripped terribly, and there are still gel pen marks on it, which I hope are going to come out in the wash, but it's technically an undergarment or pajamas, so I'm not too worried about if it comes out or not, because this was mainly just practice. And this is entirely hand sewn. If you can see, there's elastic in the legs and the waistband, and yeah, that's all hand sewn. I can show you like an inner seam. It's not the sturdiest, like most of this is just running back stitch, and then this is just like a whip stitch or like a tacking stitch. I'm not entirely sure what that's called, but they're not like the most sturdy. But I really wanted to practice making clothing since I haven't in a while, and that did the job for me. Also, there are some like stains on it. Those are from when it got stuck in the washing machine. I'm not showing you like dirty pants. Something that I started yesterday were these big trans slash Sylveon looking socks, and this yarn is really nice. It's soft. I've already started the second sock up to where the heel's supposed to start because I was staying up a little bit too late last night, and one more row leads to no sleep, and no sleep means you ruin your life or something like that, end up in a roadside ditch, I don't know. but I saw this yarn in the store and I had to get it, and it's mom sponsored, meaning that we were out, I had already looked at everything I wanted to look at, and she said go pick something out for, like, not as a bribe per se, but like a gift for waiting for her to finish shopping. And the color is called Ice Cream Big Scoop Cake Batter. But that's so obviously trans colors, right? Like, someone had to, like, know, right? Like, I get that blue and pink are supposed to be, like, baby colors, and I am not of that belief, but this is, like, too perfect to pass up, so I got it. I think it would look really cool knitted, but I can't knit a sock in an evening, but I can crochet one, so that's why I made one like this. But the good news is it looks like I will have definitely enough left to make more socks or other projects with this. So yeah, that's nice. And finally, here is a huge blanket. It can't fit into frame, obviously, because it's large. But let me see if I can get all the colors in frame. This is the, I don't know if I'm going to call it a colorway, but I don't always use the same exact yarns for my pre-made items. And so this one is made with a brighter purple than last time and a lighter green, I think. Or no, this is a darker green, but it's still brighter than another green that I have in my stash. And that's just because I don't want to be wasteful with the stuff that I already have. So I use the yarn colors I have in the quantities that are necessary for the project. And I have about half of the orange stripe done. There's a comparison of the width, so yeah, maybe a little less than half. So there's like that much left of that stripe. And then I'll add the red, and then it will be put up for sale on my Store Envy, which I guess this can be kind of like a shop promo, but I don't have much on my Store Envy right now. But if you want to go check it out, the link is in the description, and I would be very grateful if you purchase something from me. The big project that I was talking about before kind of needed some monetary funds, as you could say, and I do not regret the progress that I'm making on that or the investment that I made. But it's kind of scary sometimes if you've never seen, like, you owe $150 to Amazon for supplies. And then I was like, I've never seen that number in my life. Not really, but it kind of hurts, you know? So if you want to make it hurt a little less, you can support me in that way, or you can support me on Patreon, which will also be in the description. And Patreon has a behind-the-scenes peek of the big project, but you can't tell anyone if you see it because that's illegal according to Patreon or something. I don't know. Please don't tell anyone if you are a patron and you've seen the post. That's just for you to know and for them to find out probably next month, and then we will resume our regularly scheduled programming. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I hope you liked this video. You can leave a like on it if you did, and if you want to subscribe to see more videos, then you can do so. Okay, goodbye.